I have heard for a while now that the spiced turmeric is supposed to be really good for you and is anti-inflammatory, but I never know what to add it in. So when I came across this recipe, I thought, well, let's give it a try. So today we are going to make some anti-inflammatory turmeric chicken soup. Let's get started. For this recipe, we are going to need 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 medium onion, 1 large leek that we will use both the white and green parts from, 3 large carrots, 3 stalks of celery, 3 cloves of garlic. I am out of cloves, so I'm going to use my minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon poultry seasoning. Couldn't find poultry seasoning, so I'm going to try some chicken seasoning. 6 cups of broth. One container has 4 cups, so I have 2 containers here. We'll use 2 cups out of the other one. 1 13-ounce can of coconut milk, 1 1/4 pounds of chicken breast, 10 ounces of frozen peas, 1/4 cup of parsley that we're going to chop up, and a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. All the vegetables are going to be added to the pot at the same time to cook, so I'm just going to cut them all up and put them in a bowl. And of course I will fast forward all my cutting. Again, you can see what I'm doing, how I do it. It's just going to be quicker because you really don't need to see this in real time. So with the leek, we are going to cut off the end. I'm just going to show this, I guess, a little bit because I don't usually cook with leeks, so even for myself, it's like, what do I do with this? How do I do it? I don't even know what this really tastes like. I think it's kind of in the onion family. We're going to use the white part and a little bit of the light green part. So we don't want the dark green leaves, so we're going to cut that off to about where those start. Don't need that part. And then we're just going to cut this in half. So to cut it lengthwise. Alrighty, and then we're going to cut into small rounds. Nice loud chopping. Let me know if you like to add leeks to your recipes and what kind of stuff do you add it to. Is it mainly soups? I imagine if you did like a beef roast or something, you could probably put these in there too. Like I said, I haven't cooked with them a lot, maybe 1 or 2 recipes that I can remember. But in any case, I don't know, there we are. It comes in layers, just like an onion. We've got multiple layers. I'm sure I've eaten soups and stuff that have had this in there at restaurants or whatever, but again, just not something I usually cook with. So yeah, give me some ideas. What do you think? What do you use them for? Other than that, regular, the rest of the stuff is regular. Celery, carrots, onions, you've seen all that before in multiple recipes. I'm sure you used these in multiple recipes yourself. So this is the easy stuff. This one's making me tear up a little bit. Making it hard to see what I'm doing. To that last cut, I'm like, ooh, all right, let's make sure I get just all onion and not my fingers. Oh, it's been a while since I've had such a potent onion. I mean, usually they're a little bit, but While I have the cutting board out and everything, I'm just going to go ahead and prep our parsley. We need about a 1/4 cup chopped. So I'm gonna try chopping it with my knife. I've done it both ways. You can take your knife and chop it up, or you can take a scissors and chop it up that way. So I believe I just need our leaf parts. Oh, smell the parsley. We don't need the long stemmy parts. We'll just use the leafy parts. We are going to go ahead and turn on our stove to medium-high heat. Heat up our olive oil. And then add all those vegetables and 1 teaspoon of salt. And cook that for about 14 to 16 minutes. So while this is cooking, you just want to stir it every once in a while. Make sure everything is getting all, well, stirred up and there's different parts against the heat so it can cook well. So we want everything to get just a little bit softer. The onions are getting a little bit translucent. Celery looks pretty green. Carrots still look pretty hard. So while that is still cooking, we're going to go ahead and shred up the chicken. So it is possible to take your raw chicken breasts, put it in the soup, cook it all up that way, and then when it gets a little bit cooked, you take it out, shred it up, put it back in. I like to buy a big package of chicken on the weekends when I do my grocery shopping, and I cook them all at once. So whether I want to use chicken for salads, chicken for soup recipes, for whatever, I'll just have chicken as a side for my meal with vegetables and a potato or noodles, or then I've got all the chicken ready, good to go. It's all cooked up. And this way too, if I just already have it cooked and then I'm shredding it, I can also see in here if there are any extra red spots from the tendons and stuff like that, if it didn't get cooked up or whatever, if something just doesn't look exactly right or the way that I would like it, then I can pick those parts off and toss that. But otherwise, then I know that you know, this chicken is all pretty much just ready to go. So we're just going to go ahead and shred all of this. Once our vegetables are ready, then we can add this in the soup and just let it heat up. The vegetables are all pretty well cooked through. They're getting a little bit soft. Carrots look a little bit softer now. The celery, onions, and leek are fairly translucent, looking good. So first of all, we are going to add our spices and cook that for another minute or so. So I was going to pour out the turmeric and stuff. Maybe I'll do that anyways. But then I wanted to show you. If you've never seen turmeric before, you know, heard of it or whatever, but that's the spice, and it comes out very orange. It's almost like a cumin. Chili powder this way too, but cumin is like fairly orangish and stains things and all that. So I think I have tried turmeric either in like a smoothie or, I don't know, a different soup or something. I tried it in something, and it was just, the taste of it then was kind of, I thought, well, the only thing I've ever done different than I've ever done before is I put turmeric in it, because I'd never tried that before. But anyways, so that's turmeric. And then, like I said, they do sell poultry seasoning in the store. My husband didn't find it. I'm telling him, I'm like, well, so it was at Pick and Save. So you could make your own. I was looking it up. It was sage, marjoram, thyme, and something or other. I'm like, well, I don't have sage and I don't have marjoram. So then I might as well just get the actual seasoning. Which I didn't get. I got something similar. But and then again, you can get minced garlic at the store, so if you don't have a garlic clove, or you don't use them often enough, try to keep them on hand. 1 teaspoon is equal to 1 clove. And if you're like our family, you can't really ever have too much garlic in a recipe. So, we will cook this for about 2 or 3 minutes. Get it blended in there. Smell it? It did turn everything yellow. I got to take a photo with my phone. Some spices, you can kind of taste it, or they're kind of weak. They're not as strong, maybe. I don't know. So I think turmeric is one of those that maybe kind of strong. See how yellowish that is. Now we will add our chicken broth and coconut milk, and we're going to let all this simmer for about 10 minutes so that can get all warmed up, incorporated, mixed. Really? I don't know, man. There we go. Sometimes things are fairly easy, sometimes not. This one didn't even break the seal. Alright. Do I have anything small enough to get in there? Oh, sure. So again, 1 full container is 4 cups. We need 6 cups, so we'll use 2 cups out of the other container. See if I can get this one open. Oh, yeah, boom. No problem. Seal's broken. That's how it's supposed to go. We are also going to add in our chicken breast at this time, and then we will let this simmer for about 10 minutes. So that should warm this all the way through. Minutes of simmering is up. I am now going to add in the parsley and the peas. You're supposed to have about 10 ounces of peas. I don't know, the bag of peas is like 13 ounces. I like peas. I'm just going to add the whole bag. I don't feel like having a couple ounces left and getting freezer burn. So, add as many peas as you like. And then we're going to add that parsley in there. And then we will simmer it here for another 10 minutes. Hot? It's hot. Hopefully it won't be too hot. The anti-inflammatory turmeric chicken soup is done. That's a mouthful. It's still pretty warm. I can feel it even through the plate. I was going to hold the bowl. I'm like, no, that's too hot. Let's leave it on the plate. The plate's a little warm too. So hopefully it won't be too hot to try. I don't see any steam coming. Oh yeah, a little bit. There's steam coming off. So we'll just get a mouthful ready to kind of cool off here and all that. Let's see. Smells good. Looks good. The caution I would have is, again, with that turmeric, with that being that orangey color, that it does stain. So if you spill any on the counter or whatever, even washing the dishes, it will stain the washcloth, which should come out in the wash. But just be careful with the color of clothing you're wearing. If you're wearing white or anything, that if it splashes, you might see something. I was going to like, oh, I'm wearing black, so I'm not seeing anything on me. And there were a couple splashes that happened. I thought, oops. Okay, I'm good. But in any case, this will be interesting to try. Granted, I don't feel like any swollen joints or anything at this point in time. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I feel it in my wrist and stuff and all that. But so this would be a good thing to have on hand. Good to eat all the time anyways. But let's give it a try and see what those spices taste like. Okay. Of course, me not being a real spice girl, how do I describe it? It's good. It's not spicy. I was kind of thinking it would be more to that effect. I think curry is a little bit more spicy because you usually use that with chili powder and that, but with this, for me, it's not bad. It's very smooth. It does give the chicken a little bit of a different taste. The vegetables are nice and soft and they still taste like that. But with the broth, maybe because of the coconut milk too, it tastes very smooth. It's not smoky. A little bit, it's just, no. It's very smooth, nice flavor. I actually enjoy that. I wasn't sure how I was going to like it, but I'm like, I'll give it a try. So anyways, again, yeah, let me know if you use turmeric in your recipes and what you use it in and what kind of foods you mix it in with. Because yeah, it would be a good thing. Like I said, it'd be something, again, that's a good thing to be eating every day. Have it in your foods every day. Trying to go more for that stuff. Gotta keep going healthy. Everything in moderation. I still have my little, like, homemade Snickers bars here and there. Again, few and far between. Otherwise, I'll have a handful of hot chocolate. I'll have a handful of hot chocolate. Just pour it in there. How about a handful of dark chocolate? So, yeah, maybe a handful of dark chocolate chips I have at the end of my meals or something to add just a little bit of that little sweetness to finish off the meal. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will put the recipe down below, and like I said, Let me know in the comments what you like to make with turmeric, or if you use turmeric at all. I'm going to enjoy my lunch. You guys keep it positive. Go make it a great day. Bye-bye.